Hello, hello, hello. And now we are back to earth with NewPathWellness Group. I am your host, Shawne Johnson, board certified integrative health and essential oils coach. And I am super excited about our conversation that we're going to have today with one of my girlfriends and colleagues out of New Jersey. Her name is LaRon Quarles. Hi, LaRon. And the name of her salon is
Hi, Shawne. Thank you for having me today.
Yes. Name of her salon is SBL Hair Loss. And we are going to talk about scalp disorders, why she, is passionate about it. And for those stylists out there that want to increase how they help their clients and want to level up the services that they render to them in a natural way. LaRon is that expert about scalp disorders. And so there's a quote on her website that I love, and it says, "All I ever wanted is a place that caters to the needs of clients with special circumstances, namely those losing their hair." So welcome, 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 LaRon. I'm so happy that you're here today. And so just tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, Shawne, as if you didn't know, but I'll just share it because there are going to be those listening who haven't met me yet. My name is LaRon Quarles. I am 51 and I've been a licensed cosmetologist hairstylist since 1987. I am also a licensed cosmetology educator, and I have been all over the place in everything cosmetology ever since. I was exposed to trichology as a concept in 2010. I had no idea what it was because I had been familiar with that term because when I was in cosmetology school, that wasn't taught. That's a recent concept over the last 20 years, and I've been out of school a lot longer than that. I was introduced to trichology in 2010. As a matter of fact, I took a course kind of by accident and was exposed to trichology by one of my mentors in Philadelphia. And it struck me because I always knew that there was a connection somehow that I just wasn't getting. And when I took that initial trichology, intro to trichology course that Rodney Barnett offered, it was a light bulb moment because I had always been telling my clients, you have to eat right, make sure you're getting your minerals, make sure you take your iron, make sure you go to sleep, make sure you take plenty, have plenty of water in your diet. But I had no idea the extent of what trichology even meant because I didn't know what it was. And that's how I got my start.
So explain what trichology is. So for those that don't know what that is.
Trichology is actually a subset of dermatology. We, as trichologists, we analyze skin and scalp issues and how they relate to hair loss. And in helping the client with hair loss, we have to basically interpret each body system and how it relates to the hair loss. So when we're helping a client work themselves back into how did I arrive at this situation? How did I arrive at having cellulitis and folliculitis and dandruff and alopecia? We have to walk them back through each body system to help them understand how they arrived at that current situation or that current malady. So it's actually the study of hair loss and scalp disorders.
Nice, nice, nice. So I remember trichology back when. And I'm so happy that now they're filling the gap between the medical doctor, the dermatologist, and the hairstylist. And the way I equate it to people when I try to explain it, I said the trichologist is that connection between your hairstylist and the dermatologist. That's that in between. In trichology, they tell how you do that. You scope the scalp and things like that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I'm going to mention a little bit later. I'm going to share with you a little bit more about the crux and the scope of what it is that I do and where I'm trying to take my part of my business. What I usually share with my students, I do have a scalp specialist management program. What I share with my students is there's 4 key areas and things that we notice on the scalp as a trichologist, and all trichologists know what it is that I'm referring to. We're able to help the client through the use of dermoscope exam, which is what distinguishes us from a hairstylist and a dermatologist. Dermatologist is not spending the type of time with you telling you what your scalp looks like, because I can look at someone's scalp and you don't even have to tell me. You can lie to me and not tell me anything. I can see it all in your scalp. So the four things that I can identify are: one, miniaturization. That's letting me know that you're having some type of a issue that is affecting you, that's causing the size of your follicles to grow smaller. So that produces a smaller hair, and it also shortens the anagen to telogen growth phase. So number one, I teach my students about miniaturization and clients. Two is fibrosing. When a client has a fibrosed follicle, that's letting me know you're having some sort of immune challenge. So whether you know it or not, I can help you identify the fact that we need to support your immune system. We need to also identify scaling. A lot of people don't understand that the scaling that they have on their scalp impairs scalp quality and impairs hair growth. When you have massive scale, built up, it's just like calcium and lime scale. Like, you can have that sludge in your shower or on your sink when it's built up. And it's the same with the scalp. So we have miniaturization, we have fibrosing, we have scaling, and we have genetic swelling. So there's a particular way that the client's follicle will look. It usually has a very pronounced red ring around the outside of the follicle. So that lets me know I need to address that client in that particular way. So there are four key things that I teach in my course that are the money makers. If you can understand that concept, that's going to make you money, because no one wants to have a scaly scalp. No one wants to have thinning hair. Everyone wants to fix their immune challenges once they're made aware of it. Yeah. And everyone wants to work on the genetic swelling, because in some clients, it can manifest as a sore scalp. So no one wants to have that, which is usually why they come see you to begin with. So those are some of the things that I can identify through the use of a dermoscope that you're not going to get anywhere but from a scalp specialist, a hair loss practitioner, or a trichologist.
Nice. Now that was a lot. That was
oh, you girl, you know I'm gonna give it to
thorough.
you.
Yes, but thorough. Absolutely. So give us some examples of that stylist that has that client that comes in. Say, for instance, what I see a lot of, what I used to see a lot of, because now I'm retiring, but people that will put weaves in, braids in, things like that, and then they come in and their scalp is so inflamed, right? It's so inflamed, and they just want to keep putting that on top of it. They calling it a protective style when it's not protecting the scalp, it's not protecting the hair. So let's talk about that. Right. What is determined as a protective style in your eyes?
As a matter of fact, for me, there's no such thing as a protective style. Not when you're covering the scalp, you're preventing it from having the ability to receive oxygen with these quick weaves and these liquid caps, and the hair on top of it, on top of your own hair, on top of a liquid cap, on top of a stocking cap. That's not a protective style. And anything that's stitched down and you have hair placed on top of it, that's not a protective style. It's actually preventing you from getting sunlight. Your skin needs sunlight. African Americans are usually the first to have low vitamin D levels because we don't get enough sun, and we're blocking our scalp from getting sun. That's one of the key contributors to, some of our immune health challenges. So it's not so much a protective style. I consider protective style when you're keeping your scalp clean, moisturized, lubricated, and you're cleansing it on a regular basis. What I usually share with my clients is they'll tell me, oh, I had this particular protective style. If you're indeed natural and you're twisting or you're braiding, but you're shampooing frequently, that's more of a protective style than one where the hair is actually covered, in my particular view. I don't ever, just say to someone, that's not a protective style. If that's what you feel, I usually converse with them a little bit, then I share with them my view as a trichologist, what a protective style is. But I just try to shed some light on what a true protective style is.
Right. Good. That just came to me because, I hear it all the time. I'm, wearing a protective style because my hair is natural. I'm wearing protective style because I don't know what to do with my hair, and I've had that conversation with them. It's not really protecting your hair. You're hindering it from growth. You're hindering it from nourishment. You're hindering it from, getting to a healthy state. Um, great. So tell me, what started you to think about filling that gap in teaching stylists how to identify scalp disorders, in a course, you know what I mean? So what propelled you to do that? What propelled you to want to educate stylists about scalp disorders?
I was significantly impressed by my initial teacher, Rodney Barnett. When I sat through his training, it struck me, and it made me realize that what he was sharing, which was basic information, it was about nutrition and inflammation and scalp cleanliness, and he touched on different body systems, and he was sharing the relevance of treating the body a certain way, which will give you healthier body, which will eventually promote a healthy head of hair. So once I went through his course and furthered my education and eventually got my feet into trichology, I just said to myself when I met him, this is what we need. This everyone needs to have this, and it needs to be well, in the state of New Jersey, we don't have continuing education for cosmetology, which is sad. But to me, this needs to be continuing education because, this is what cosmetologists need. We need to know how to help our clients keep their scalp clean, the importance of keeping it clean, the importance of what we put into our body, because everything we eat that touches us affects our skin and hair growth.
Right. Absolutely. That's a great key point. Great key point. Okay, so tell us more about the course and what someone will get in that course and how they can find you to sign up for it.
The course was originally designed for barbers, hairstylists, natural hair professionals who aren't particularly a cosmetologist, but they touch a head of hair, they're shampooing, they're manipulating hair. It's meant for anyone who comes in contact with hair, because at my local beauty supply, sometimes I like to run in and run out. But if there are a couple people in there, because I'm from this area all my life, someone always has to stop me. Miss Laurent, what you think about this product? Miss Laurent, what you think about this product? Or either the owner of the store will come over and say, can you talk to this client about this product? And I'm like, that's your job. This is your store. So I crafted the course for retail beauty business owners so that they'll have this knowledge. So when they encounter these clients, because they'll call me on the phone, they'll text me, they'll say, Laurent, what do you think about this product? Such and such says they, know you want to come to you, or that. What do you think about this product? And it always bothered me because I'm like, if you selling it, you're supposed to know this. You know what I mean? So I crafted it to have basic information that everyone can understand if you're familiar with beauty products. For barbers, they deal with common scalp maladies, different types of dry scalp, pityriasis, fungal issues. And for hairstylists, it's for anyone who comes in contact with a head of hair, scalp, or they formulate their own products. So it's really for the beauty industry in that respect. So it's not that, let me see. I would even dare to say even a nutritionist could take this course, because I have a lot of clients as a trichologist who say, oh, I'm currently going to a nutritionist, or a holistic naturopath or holistic specialist. So it's really for anyone who kind of touches a head of hair or deals with someone with skin issues.
With skin issues. Okay. Great. So that just brings another question that I have. So what do you say to those that are using products that have so many different chemicals and fillers in it that can contribute to scalp disorders? What do you say about that? Do you talk to people about how to read the label? So they'll read the label on a hair product before they read the label on a food product, which is crazy.
Yes.
So for me, that, my thing is the food products. I need to teach you how to read labels and know what you're putting in your body. And then instead of on top of your body, because what happens is you're more concerned about what happens on the outside when it's the inside out that nourishes that hair follicle or that scalp or the issues that you're having. So when you have that person that says, what about this hair product? What do you teach them? What are the key points that you want people to know?
Depending on, let me see, there are 2 modules within the course that addresses items like that. What I want people to understand are the differences between oils and waxes and essential fatty acids. So there is a component in 2 different sections of the course where I talk about the fact that many stylists and clients themselves confuse water with oil. So I break down the different types of oils and the way I would like you to use them, because I actually make the distinction for the students that certain oils should be used on the hair and not the scalp. Like heavy waxes should not be used on the scalp because the scalp can't turn over, it can't execute cellular division, cellular metabolism when it's filled with thick waxes on the scalp, like beeswaxes and things like that. Not that I don't like them, but I try to instruct them that wax should be used on the shaft and not the scalp. So there is a component where I do break that down for them, but I try to get them to understand the fact that they need to become ingredient whores. And I use that exact term in the course. You need to become familiar with the ingredients that you use. You need to make sure that water is the first, second, or third ingredient on your products. Like you need to know, is this grapeseed oil? Is this jojoba oil? What types of alcohols and esters are in your products, because they have different functions and uses for the body. So I do go into it because, like I said, the course is 10 weeks long. When I spoke to you earlier, I apologize. So each section of the course is loaded with so much information that is infused into the course, the benefits of reading the ingredients and becoming familiar with the ingredients, because as a scalp specialist, you are going to have to learn to customize the product for each client, because each client's head of hair is different.
Nice. That's awesome. That is awesome. One more question. When you are talking to that stylist that's having issues with their clients and they're just like at their wits' end, how do they find you? Tell us where they can find you. And do you have a description of the course? And how often do you run the course? Is the course continuous, or is it certain blocks of the year?
Could you give me the first question again? I'm sorry.
So
what was the first question?
How do you I mean, what is in the course? How do they find you if they want to look more information about your course? How do they find you? And is the course at certain times of the year, or is it something that's continuous? Could someone sign up today and start tomorrow, or you have courses that start 10 weeks? You know what I mean? Now, some courses, they have them at certain times of the year, things like that, certain blocks of the year. When do your courses start?
The courses are continuous. You could start today and finish 10 weeks from now. You don't have to like wait for 3 months from now. It's evergreen. So the course is running continuously. So you could start today and finish in a few weeks, or you can start next year and do it next year. But you can do it whenever. You don't have to wait for a number of people to join. You can start at any time. And where you can find it is one of 2 ways. You can find it at https://trichologyeducation.co, not .com, but trichologyeducation.co, or you can find us at https://hairlosscenternjtraining.com.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So top three things that you want people to take away from this interview is?
There, the top, one of the top things I would like people to take away from this podcast, if you are a beauty professional, is we're in this business to make money. Don't ever let anyone say we're not. We're not in this business to stand on our feet just because we're cute and handsome and pretty. No, we're here to make money. We provide a service and so on and so forth. I guarantee you, any time that you spend with me will be an asset. If you decide to take the course or we have a chance to converse, I want you to just know, if you learn those 4 key items that I mentioned earlier, your business will catapult, because no other stylist, no other beauty professional, no other barber is providing that service to the client unless they're already a hair loss practitioner or trichologist themselves. But my goal is to show you the key concepts to help you make your money and advance your business. So that's the one thing I would like you to take away from it when you get a chance to listen. The second thing is, I want beauty professionals to understand that everything that we put into our bodies affects our hair and our skin on a cellular level. So we have to know how to address the body on a cellular level. So it doesn't mean everything that we put on top. We can't just magically put something on top of our scalp and we do for 2 weeks and we're going to have 12-inch hair. Life doesn't work that way. We have to learn how to address the body on a cellular level. And to do that, you have to kind of be informed of the body's functions a little bit at a time so it's not overwhelming. The course is set out in that framework just that way. It's meant to give you bite-sized pieces where you're going to be well informed. You're not going to be a doctor, but you'll be well informed and you'll be able to address your client and help them with some key issues that they're having in case they need to go to a dermatologist or they need additional care. You'll be one to help them fill that void if they've gotten the care and they're still undecided about treatment, or should I continue with the dermatologist, because not everyone wants to do steroid shots. Not everyone wants to do surgery. Sometimes people want to work on their issues naturally. Right. Lastly, I would say, I really feel as if becoming a scalp specialist is beneficial for everyone in the beauty industry, because not everyone wants to be a trichologist, but the key concepts that you learn in the scalp specialist program are what stylists need to kind of fill that void, because a lot of hairstylists don't even know that. A lot of hairstylists and barbers and beauty professionals don't know what they don't know until they hear it. Right. So the concepts that we learn and that are shared in this course, I just feel are worth it for everyone to hear about. I really think this needs to be, we need to have something like this in cosmetology, but of course, you know, we only focus on the nuts and bolts in cosmetology and in the state board, but something like this would help our clients prevent dandruff, prevent inflammation, prevent skin issues, prevent hair loss indirectly, and it just helps the client become healthier. And that's just not something a lot of us are even aware of. Right. As a beauty professional.
Nice.
So those are the 3 things.
Nice. I think that is awesome. I think that, you know, whoever's listening, if you're out there and you want to just, you know, build on your knowledge of how you can help your client in with these issues, especially weave specialists, especially braiders and things like that. And do you have to be, because in Connecticut, a braider doesn't have to be licensed. So they just have to have a business license. Is that the same in New Jersey?
Yeah, we've and we fought it tooth and nail. You know, I don't mean it that way, but we fought it tooth and nail because a lot of the braiders here in this area are able to provide weave services, and they've never been to cosmetology school. So we fought that, although it was passed. So we do have braiders licenses, because we have, you know, a number of different African braiders, and they felt as if the language barrier and the time it took to go to cosmetology school just didn't work for them. So the state gave them a happy medium, and they, you know, we do have braiders licenses here in New Jersey, but this is for, like I said, anyone who actually touches hair or touches a head of hair. It would be nice if you have some type of certificate. You have to have some sort of framework of knowledge on which to build,
Foundation.
because
Right.
for a retail beauty business owner, it would be nice if you knew some anatomy, something about sanitation and basic beauty knowledge. It would be nice if you did. You don't have to, but it would be helpful if
Right.
if you have a certificate or a license.
Right. Okay. All right. Good, good, good. This was, oh my goodness. I learned something. I learned a whole lot just in this little conversation. I've learned a whole lot about, because listen, I'm going to take your course. I'm going to take your
Oh, all right now,
Okay.
Shawne. Thank you.
One more thing. We were talking
Yes.
about essential oils because you always talking about, using things naturally and going back to the earth about, no pun intended, but going back to the earth
Yes.
about, dealing with the issues that you're having with your scalp and skin and scalp. Tell us a little bit about the products that you use, or, the different protocols that you use for your clients.
I have about 35 different oils that I use, that I custom blend according to a client's need. If a client has a very, very inflamed scalp, I may use a blend of coconut, because it's calming, it's anti-inflammatory, it's antifungal. I may use lavender for that purpose as well, if I'm giving them a scalp massage. If someone is having an issue with extreme cellulitis and their scalp disorder isn't currently active, there are certain compounds that I would use. Maybe neem, maybe not tea tree, because some of them are very strong when a client is going through an active phase. But I'll blend different antipyretics, antitumorals, and different blends together specifically for that particular client. So when a client comes in for a protocol, their protocol may be for 12 weeks. Their protocol will never be like anyone else's because their blend is not going to be the same. I may use grapeseed oil because it's for me, it's a antioxidant. It's a skin treatment, especially for my women. I'll use that for some of my clients who are going through diffuse hair loss, or any type of hair loss where it's extreme in the crown. So I'll use my grapeseed oils. I use linseed oil, flaxseed oil. It depends on the client, their particular blend. So that's what I also teach in the course, that you have to become one with your ingredients, so you know at a moment's notice, oh, this is what I would use for them. I remember hearing a stylist say to me, every time they look at a client, they're already rearranging their hair and their makeup and their face in their head. That's how I am. As soon as I start talking to somebody, I'm already like, I would give them this, I would do this, I would do this many times a week, I would give them this massage, I would do this, I would do this, I would do this,
Right.
because it's just second nature to me.
Right.
So I try to help my students understand that same framework, that you have to get to know your products, because we come from the earth. So the body recognizes what is its own. So if you give clients plants, plant esters, plant sterols,
Yes.
it just works. It
Yes.
works versus a drug, because I'm a trichologist. I can't give someone a drug, but I can give you a plant sterol, which is going to work just as effectively.
Right, right. Well, awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will make sure that your link is in the description of this episode. When we launch this episode, we will make sure all your information is in there. And I'm hoping that people will listen and really get some good information to, have them reach out to you, because it can only increase their knowledge and their ways that they're going to help people, because this is about servicing others. This is about servicing our clients that trust us, that trust the people in the beauty industry. It's not just about coming to get your hair done. Styling is just a minute part of it all. We can't style the head if it's not healthy. We just can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we want to make sure that people that are wearing wigs all the time, or things like that they know how to care for that scalp that they think they're protecting.
Yes.
So thank you for your time. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm so excited that you were a guest on our podcast. And for those that are new to our podcast, this is Back to Earth with New Path Wellness Group. I am your host, Shawne Johnson, Coach Johnson, board certified integrative health and essential oils coach. You can find us at newpathwellnessgroup.com. And if you are interested in finding out how do you start nourishing your hair from the inside out, we have a detox program that's happening. It's a 5-day detox that gets you started. And what we do is we teach you how to read labels, how to, read and eat really good foods, how to identify what's good for you. And we work bio individually, meaning each person is different, just like LaRon was saying about her clients, each person is different. So the protocol, it has a foundation, but everyone is individual and they're unique. So if you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? Bye-bye.